Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. I'm actually down here in the Racine Harbor where I grew up in Racine, Wisconsin. I believe today is Wednesday, September 16th or 18th, somewhere in that time frame. I talked about in one of the last couple of videos that we were going to be doing a giveaway. All you had to do is just leave a comment. Just like in this video, I'm also going to be giving some of our jigging spoons away. But leave me a comment in the video link below and you'll also be eligible. I'm picking a winner now and then, and this week's winner I picked, let's see here, his name is Dave, like Leifert. I left you a message, Dave Leifert, 1947. I left you a message in one of our last videos that I posted. Send me a text, and be aware, guys, there's a lot of scams out there. So unless you hear from me directly or I pick you, I reach out to you in the comments. That's how I'm picking the winners. But there's tons of scams that are people trying to get your money. So I'm still trying to do some giveaways to give away some jigging spoons just for all you guys that have not tried them. Our hot spoon like this works tremendous for fall salmon. So I'm doing the giveaways. Leave a comment below. The standard rig that I use for jigging, I use like 20-pound Power Pro, 15-pound fluorocarbon leader, and that is spooled up on the Nautex 3000. This, if you have not tried the Piscifun series of reels, the Nautex 3000, it's a saltwater reel. It's got a super smooth drag, super light, great ball bearings. It's great for saltwater and freshwater, so check these out. But today's video is going to be about talking to you guys about my top baits for crankbaits and trolling. And for trolling reels, you also want to check out the Piscifun 5000 series if you're going to be trolling lead cores and coppers, priced really well, or the 3000. Use my code EH15 in the link below and you can save 15% on any of the Piscifun reels, the trolling reels, the bait caster reels, any of that. Use that code and save yourself some money. So let's talk about my 5 or 6 favorite crankbaits for trolling and a couple of different scenarios, okay? The first thing is, in the fall, September, every year around now, you can guarantee that the fall salmon are going to migrate into every single port or river where they've been stocked or where they're naturally reproducing. Every year is different, and I've been doing this for 25 years, and this year has been an exceptionally different year because we've had all this heat and warm water, and the one thing salmon do not like is warm water. Bass, walleyes, other species of fish, they don't mind that 70-degree water. But right now, for the last 3 weeks, we've had like 70-degree waters, and typically salmon in the fall, they like that 50 or 60-some degree water temp, and they get very agitated and very difficult to catch. And one of the most effective ways to catch these fish are with crankbaits. Whether you're casting them or trolling them, I want to take 5 or 10 minutes and explain to you a couple of different scenarios and how I've fished these crankbaits over the last 20 to 25 years. Now, the first thing you can do is you can throw one of my favorite crankbaits, and I'm going to go over all my favorite crankbaits. I have a bunch of them, a pile of them back here, and if you follow any of my videos, you know that I've got hundreds of different types of crankbaits, but I just want to go over the ones that consistently catch fish for me. And none of these crankbaits are sponsored products. I just want to tell you, good old-fashioned baits and products that work, and put them in the boat. The number 7 flicker shad, great bait for casting on a spinning rod. Also, for those of you guys that are in kayaks, if you get yourself a 3000 or 4000 series spinning reel and you put 15-pound braid, 15-pound fluorocarbon leader, a lot of times just with the trolling motor up and down the rivers, the river mouths, I'll cast this thing out and I'll let out maybe 50, 60, 80 feet, depending on where I see the fish, and just long lining it. In a kayak, in a canoe, or casting it out at night, slowly reeling it in at night, just slow and steady. Oh boy, I'm gonna knock myself out. The flicker shad is one of the go-to baits. It's also a very, very good go-to bait for me when I'm trolling and when the fish are high. When I'm trolling this bait, this is gonna go down maybe 10 or 12 feet. And every year it's a little different. So this year, with the water being extremely warm, the fish are real tight to the bottom. Some years you get a west wind and the water's extremely cold, so the fish rise up to the top. So when the fish are up high, you have to have baits or run your baits extremely high. When the fish are down low, deep, you have to run your baits down deep. And for me, the traditional setups that I'm using, you know, for trolling, and I just ordered a bunch more of I'm gonna try the Salus 3000 and 5000s out. Just got them ordered. But what I'm running is a mono and braid rod, 20-pound mono, and this year when those fish are down deep, I like running deep diving crankbaits. And a deep diving crankbait is gonna work when it's choppy, at night, early in the day, late in the day, and if these fish are down anywhere in that layer of 20 to 30 feet. And that's where I really like the deep diving crankbait. And one big tip I want to share with you guys. Walleye baits are made for walleyes. Salmon are an extremely tough fish. They have a very strong mouth. They will come up and they will crunch these baits. One fish will destroy these hooks that come out of the box, and sometimes the split rings. So you want to bring extra split rings. You want to bring extra replacement hooks. Those are the things that you're going to want to have, just because if you catch a couple of fish, and I like a Gamakatsu EWG number 4. That is my go-to crankbait, treble hook. So this one little tip I want to show you as well is, you can see I've got UV tape on here. And the UV tape seems to really, at times, enhance catching more fish. I put that on my crankbaits, put it on my spoons, put it on some of my J plugs. The link is in the description below. We sell it. Check out the hot tape. But let's go over the 5, 4, 5 of my favorite crankbaits. Deep divers for one. The flicker minnow. The deep diving thunder stick. Whether it's Fire Tiger or Glow, those seem to be like my 2 or 3 favorite baits. The deep diving Glow thunder stick and the junior thunder stick. So when those fish are up higher, or if I'm fishing in Racine here in the river, I'll fish the smaller baits, the junior thunder stick, the smaller flicker minnows like this. So you got the number 11 flicker minnow, the number 9 flicker minnow. These two are just money makers for me. They simply catch a lot of fish. I changed the hooks out, and you can still see how that hook's a little bit bent, but put a little bit of UV tape, little chartreuse dipping guy. Those two are good. Fish are up high, and when I'm trolling these baits, I'm typically going about 1.8 to 2.2 as far as speed. And always carry pliers with you, because lots of times after you catch a fish, you need to grab the eyelet. You need to tune it to the right or to the left, because when you pull this bait, surge it through the water, it should go straight. If you're pulling it and it's going this way, you need to grab the split rings pliers and turn it this way. If you're pulling it and it's going that way, you need to bend it this way so it swims perfectly straight. Those are the important details when you're running crankbaits, because these are not designed to run 3 miles an hour. So if you start trolling a little too fast, they're going to start to wobble out to the left or wobble out to the right, and you kind of want to just keep them going a steady, slow pace. And one of the most important things when I'm fishing in the fall for these kings and cohos is, it seems like the baits that have rattles. Hear the rattles in them? Now, not every bait with rattles works, but my go-to deep diving crankbait, the thunder stick, the flicker minnow, the deep diving reef runner, man, the kayak guys fish nice and slow, just absolutely destroy the kings, especially if they're deep. So the deep divers, these are probably my 3 go-tos when the fish are deep. The thunder stick, the deep diving number 11, and the reef runner. Now the deep diving Yazuris, deep diving husky jerks, other deep diving bass crankbaits, they will all work. When those mid-range crankbaits, probably my go-to mid-range crankbaits are like the flicker minnow, flicker shad, and I also like the Walleye Nation creation. Like these 2 baits here for casting and trolling have been great, especially the Nishine, the Nishimi. It's N-I-S-H-I-N-E, the Nishimi crankbait. This crankbait has caught me more big cohos in the fall and kings. It's just a fish catcher, great, super strong hooks. Check that Nishimi crankbait out. I'll try to leave the link in the bio if I happen to remember. But these are just a handful of the baits that I'm using when I come out here in the fall. Every year it's a little different. Some years the water's cold, some years the water's warm, and you kind of have to adjust. When the fish are up high, you run your baits up high. When your fish are down low, then you put the deep diving crankbaits. When the water gets extremely warm, like it is right now, the best thing you can do is fish the first hour of the day, the last hour of the day, and usually into the night. Lately, we've had water temps in the 70s, which has just been horrific. We can see thousands of salmon around, see them following your bait, chasing your bait. They don't want to eat eggs. They don't want to eat a jigging spoon. They don't want to eat a crankbait, a J-plug, a trolling spoon. The water's just so warm that the fish are very irritable. That's the other thing, is you don't always know when the water's going to be warm or cold in different ports. So if you come here to Racine and the water's warm and you're not catching them, pull the plug after a couple hours. Go right down to Kenosha. Kenosha has a great brown trout and salmon run in the harbor. Or pull the plug and go up to Port Washington, or even Milwaukee Harbor. Sheboygan's one of the best in the entire state for brown trout and salmon. All the way up, Algoma, Manitowoc, all these rivers and tribs with crankbaits casting, with crankbaits trolling, right on the outside is gonna work every single year. You try these types of crankbaits and you start casting, and I promise you, you're gonna have success. Once you start getting up in the river and you start to even size down into more fire tiger type bass crankbaits with rattles, the rattles seem to be a big deal. It seems to help put more fish in the boat, whether it's a J-plug, a crankbait, day and night. Hopefully these tips are going to help you put more fish in the boat. Don't forget to check out the Piscifun reels. I've got a Carbon X 3000. This is my favorite reel. Super smooth drag. Don't forget to use my code EH15 in the link below. We had wind today. We had some customers that didn't want to go out because it was too choppy. So I'm going to go out for a little bit, try trolling a little bit, and then I think I'm going to maybe try egg fishing, and I got to go to my daughter's tennis match. But this week's video was a tip about just trying to show you guys my favorite crankbaits. If you're going to spend a little money this year or next year, these are the handful of crankbaits you really want to try to get. You want to get the big reef runners, the big flicker shad, the big thunder sticks, the number 9s, and the knee shine. And make sure you pick up the number 7 flicker shad, and even the number 9 flicker shad works as well. Those are my go-to baits, and hopefully they help you guys catch some more bait. Leave me a comment in the link below, because again, I'm going to give away some free jigging spoons. All you have to do is let me know what's your favorite crankbait in the fall for big kings and big trout. Thanks for watching this week's video. We'll see you guys.